insightful, but are you likable? You got jokes, you're the host, stand up. Are you likable?
Hello and welcome to Likable, a show where we discuss stand-up comedy from an entry-level perspective. I am your host, David Stickle, and today I'm joined by Mr. Mike Ivanov, Captain Mike, Dr. Mike. What title do you want to go by?
Just Mike. Today,
Just Mike?
Just Mike. Yeah,
Just Mike.
Mike Ivanov is fine. Yeah.
Mike Ivanov.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Very cool. How are you doing today, buddy?
Good.
Good.
I found the place very easily. You know, I'm very directions was great.
Yes.
I had a sandwich and a coffee. I'm happy.
Awesome.
I'm happy. Place has no bathroom, but that's remind me of my origins.
Yeah.
You know, when I was at my grandparents' house.
Okay.
Which I spent pretty much all the summers in Russia.
Okay.
Right.
Russian
There was
summers.
never, ever running water in the house or the bathroom.
Really?
I'm used to it. Yeah.
So
yeah.
did you guys have like a latrine outside, or was
Yeah,
it
there was
like an
the-
outhouse?
Outhouse.
Okay,
Outhouse.
very cool.
With a little like a spigot, like you have to push the thing and the water will come down.
Okay.
And that's
yeah.
that's exactly the same thing that about happened at my house, by the way. You
That you have
we-
at your current home.
Right.
Okay.
We're gonna have no bathrooms.
Okay.
Because the plumber came in
Uh-huh.
and you told me it's gonna be $900 to
Okay.
replace the toilet.
Okay.
And I said, for that price, I'm going to be going outside. Well, and then I went on YouTube and
You figured
I
it
got
out?
I got that thing fixed.
Oh,
Put it
that's
this way.
fun. That's fun. We have a spigot at the farm too. That you hand crank the water out of the well, right?
No cranking. No, it was like it was a bucket upside down,
Uh-huh.
and you push on a little thing on the bottom, and the water will come out. And this is how you wash your hands. This is how you take showers.
Wow.
You know?
Okay. I'm not super familiar.
Yeah.
So wait, Russia's that's the summertime. What happens in the winter?
I was in the city, so I grew up.
Well, what did your grandparents do in the winter? Did they leave?
Yeah, no, the same thing. So that was basically because of there was always a limit of how much food you can buy, and also the limit of money how much you have. So everybody would had like a place outside the city,
Okay.
and where they actually grew stuff that they would eat in the winter.
Ooh, that's
You know,
cool. So
so-
what would you grow?
Oh, everything starting from like potatoes to tomatoes, potatoes. I mean, anything you can normally like just go out here and buy.
Uh-huh.
And they had also like a hole underneath the house, and this is they would store that stuff
Okay, to keep it cool.
to get so it doesn't
Yeah.
because there was no refrigeration.
Of course. So
You know?
wait, so how would it last through the winter? It would just be in the hole in the ground?
Yeah,
Until,
like potatoes, they would probably start going a little bit. You know, you get like a spots in them.
Yeah,
This. Like for instance, tomatoes or like cabbages or something like that. Cabbages, no, cabbages can stay the whole time, and tomatoes they put them in like a glass cans. They put a lot of salt and vinegar in it.
Okay.
I don't know what that process
almost
means.
like a pickling.
Yeah.
situation.
Well, something,
Okay.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So-
cool.
and then we would go with my father and we fill up the car every month, I would say, and we bring it up to the city for everybody.
Wow.
You know?
That's cool.
So-
How many people were like in your family? Was it just you and your parents and your grandparents, or
So it's I have a brother. I
Okay.
have one brother. Yeah.
okay, that's cool. So it'd be the bunch of you would like ration that out essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's
so
cool.
yeah, because there was basically I remember it's not what it is right now,
Mm-hmm.
but when I grew up, like when I was 15, that's when my brother was born. I was waiting for the formula 5 a.m. because they're going to be probably like 30 or 50 of them,
Okay.
and then you go buy.
okay.
So you would wait by the store. You pay money for that.
Yeah.
But there were no formulas.
Yeah.
And my mother had a problem with it. Was the feeding him. So they have to go to work, and I have to go to school. So in the morning, I would 5 o'clock in the morning, I would shuffle over there, buy that stuff, bring it back into the house, and then go to school.
When you guys were older, did you just like remind him that you used to do that for him?
Yeah.
Yeah. All the time. What's the age difference between you two?
15 years.
15 years. Okay.
15
wow.
years. He was a big accident. That's what I remind him all the time.
That's what my dad calls me.
He is retired U.S. military, and he lives in Staten Island.
Very cool. At what age did you come to the States?
18.
18. Okay.
92.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it just for opportunity?
No. So my father worked for Ministry of Defense.
Okay.
Okay. So he was not military in any way.
Uh-huh.
He was like engineer who couldn't get a job. So at the night time to make extra money, he would sleep in the Ministry of Defense of Russia in the middle of Moscow, and he'd get paid because he was a night guard. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, like I went there once with him. They didn't even have the flashlights. You know how bad it was?
Yeah.
So like he has to go and like just kind of, look. Basically what he was doing, he was not allowed in the room.
Wait. He was the night guard, but he didn't even have a flashlight?
No.
So were the lights on at the place?
Most places, yeah.
Okay,
Or you
so-
flip the switch on when you go into the hallway.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But how do I know that? How do I know all the details? David, I know all the details because this is why we left Russia.
Okay.
Because smart people in the United States, I believe it started with Reagan and then it passed on. And we came in the Clinton time. So they said if you worked in any way for Russian military, which used to be Soviet Union military, you can come on to America and just apply for the green card.
Wow.
So we did that. He did that.
Yeah.
Right? He didn't tell nobody. So we all get papers, that we, like stamps in our passports, that we have United States visas. And I'm like, oh, are we leaving? And they go, no, we still have to sell stuff. And this, I'm like, okay, bye-bye. And I left.
Yeah.
So I went first. We have relatives in Alaska, so I went to Alaska. I spent there 2 weeks. I tell them F off, and I went straight to Los Angeles.
Okay.
Okay, because I had friend in La Jolla, Mission Viejo, California, Orange County, California. So I went there, and I was living there for about a year and a half until actually my whole family moved into New York. They decided to go to New York because there's more easier here.
More
But-
Russian there, probably, right?
Yeah, more. Yeah,
more-
that's what it was.
What
yeah.
before you came to California, like what was your impression of it? Like it had to be what you saw in movies, maybe? No.
Russian propaganda.
Russian propaganda was
This
your
is
impression
what
of
happened. Is like
California?
you can get movies.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you can hide them.
Okay.
Okay, or you just clearly just pull out the tape of Russian propaganda and watch it, and there it was. For instance, I was watched one guy, and he's like a crack addict in Detroit.
Okay.
Okay. And he's like, man, I used to have a job, but now I'm like smoking crack, living out of my car. And, I've been doing it for whatever, 5 years, 10 years. And I'm like, that motherfucker's got a car. My parents worked their whole life. They ain't even thinking about buying a car. They accidentally, like one of the relatives died, and we inherited one of those things that has an engine in the back, and you have to crank, and that we would use it just to drive like in and out of the city.
Like a Model A.
Yeah, you
Wow.
would not use it to go to work.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Yeah.
so that, and it was it was a lot of it was probably 99%, I would say, reason why I always want to leave to America, not anybody else, because of the Arnold.
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah. If this
Tell me
douchebag
about that.
can make it there, I can do it too.
Why was he a douchebag?
Oh, well, because everybody said well, all he does is he just pumps iron. He doesn't do anything. No, it was more to it, but the way they
yeah.
presented him to us.
Yeah.
Like all he does is just taking the dumbbells and just standing all day in front of the mirror. Doing that.
So,
Yeah.
what was sent back to Russia as far as about Arnold? I have such a gym background, so I'm so curious. about this.
He they said when he came to shoot that movie in Russia,
Okay.
where he's like KGB, and he said he didn't like the gym.
Okay.
because it was like not enough equipment there or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Like
he's very spoiled at Venice Beach.
No, I was never into that, researching any of that stuff. I just kind of like, I look at it and I like it and I go, I want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you did you ever want to do the bodybuilding, or was it just like the life he lived?
No, just the life, the way he does it,
Yeah.
I didn't look at the muscles. I would look at like, oh my God, I can do it,
Yeah, I mean, because like Arnold back then always had like awesome cars. He had women under each arm, and just like the long flowy hair, just like the California dreamboat.
I wasn't thinking about work. I was thinking about all the possibilities. That's why I actually came to California, and I was leaving on the boat.
Okay.
I was leaving because first couple of whatever weeks I was living with my friends, but then they're like, dude, you got to go, and I couldn't afford anything. Okay, I was working night bar back at the club.
Okay.
And during the day, like 3 days a week, I was assembling furniture in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Because I was the only guy who can take those 15 Mexicans and stiff them in that like minivan, whatever.
Okay.
Right. And then we would drive to Los Angeles with all the furniture, an entire floor of the buildings. This was the computer time when the computers start. What is it? IT style.
Like what year is this?
93, 94.
94, okay.
Yeah, it was big time. So there was an entire floor of the building. We built the furniture and we make those little cubicles, and like people would then go there and the guys would run wires. But all we did was assembling. It was like basically like IKEA assembling furniture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the...
Yeah, they're all the same.
Yeah. So and why I was living on the boat, it was a 60-foot sailboat yacht.
Okay.
Okay, it had Arizona tags on it, right? And I had a little dinghy to go back and forth, right? There was no air conditioning. There was no running water on the boat, nothing. Okay, I didn't have the toilet, so I'm used to it.
Yeah. How'd you get the boat?
Listen.
Okay.
So that boat's not sitting on a dock because it's a sailboat. It has to be on a mooring, so it sits outside about I would say 100 feet out in the ocean, in a bay, not in the ocean, in the bay. So, and then maybe 50 other ones sitting right next to it, and they all hooked up to like a little buoys, and kids at night come up and they party on those boats because nobody can see. There's no lights, no nothing.
Yeah.
So I had the cell phone the size of 2 of your backpacks. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I had a binoculars that can see at night. And this is what they told me. You can stay there for free. You can stay in one room. You don't touch anything else. Okay. But it was a free rent. All you had to do is call 911 in case if you see somebody and tell them what you're seeing.
Okay.
So I spent almost 6 months there until the guy just pull the anchor up and just took off.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. So have you any like water experience before that? I mean,
no, never.
So you
Never.
went from Russia to Alaska, and then you ended up in California.
The only reason why I went to Alaska, because my relatives lived there. I was going to go to New York because my mom already had everything, all the names and phone numbers and addresses, whatnot. But I went to the Aeroflot. That's the official Russian airline because we didn't have any dollars to pay for Lufthansa or something like that. So and none of the other airlines will take Russian cash, right? So that was the only one. And I said, where can I go right now? Like in 2 weeks. And they said, the only stuff that's not sold is to Anchorage, Alaska. I'm like, bye-bye.
Okay, wow.
So
you just left as soon as you could.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. I didn't want to stay a day,
Yeah, good for you, dude. Good. Yeah. Do you do you love it here?
I went back in 2016.
Hello and welcome to Interruptible, I guess. This is a special little cool thing to announce on August 17th. If you're listening to this the week this comes out, August 17th, we have a cool thing where Sebastian Maniscalco is performing at Bethel Woods, and if you get there early, or maybe just early. There's a little showcase going on, put on by Laugh It Up, and you'll see me and some other awesome comedians on there. So please come support Sebastian Maniscalco, and then show up early because you get extra comedy, and not as good as Sebastian Maniscalco, objectively. Hear me talk about stupid things, a lot of stupid things. And then also, you can listen to this a little bit longer, and then you'll hear me talk about my other tour dates, which are, it's not even a tour, I'm just around. On August 29th, I'm at the Krog. That's the week after the fair. It's Friday after the fair. And August 30th, I am doing a secret show. It's private. You can't come, but the lineup is so good. And I'm personally, I'm sorry that I'm even telling you about it. If I'm being completely honest with you, I'm very sorry. But it's going to be a great show, and you can't come. 9/9, selling tickets for this. Please come out if you're in the Brooklyn area and listen to this, or if you just want to go to Brooklyn. Three's Brewing Company in Gowanus is going to be hosting. Me and my co-producer Nick Bailey and I, and some other Laura Sogar, who's fantastic. That'll be our headliner for the night. We're selling tickets for that, so please come out. That's going to be 9/9. That's so fun to say. 9/12, I'm going to be in Staten Island, and then 9/17, I'm going to be in the Capital Region's Funniest Competition. Vote for me, please. I'm a politician we shouldn't care about, but we do. Vote for me, please. And 9/19, we've got another Sloop show also selling tickets for. It's going to have Alex Collar, David Beckles, and Cassidy O'Malley, and myself, and Kevin Ludlow. And then also on 9/20, there's a show in Olive Bridge, which reminds me of saying Olive Branch. I don't know why. And then on 9/27, we have another Croak show. And that's September for you. And there's probably a Don't Tell comedy show featuring me on there, but don't tell anybody about that. But also, I'm sorry I told you about the other show that you can't come on. Again, you can't. But lo and behold, check it out. August 17th, Sebastian Maniscalco, comedy, funny. You got any Senka? For how long?
To sell my parents, because both of them, deceased. No, my mom died. My dad was still alive. So I went there by myself 2016 twice.
Okay.
To sell their apartment. Because this is something that they couldn't sell at that time when we were leaving, and my relatives were renting it from us. So that money that they were paying us kept us alive in the United States, to help us with the rent over here. So my wife said the only. So when I was there, we were living in Sullivan County, and I had my phone open, and I had the Google on. And in 2016, I was searching, and I opened where my house is in Sullivan County. And right next to the house, we have the Hasidic camp.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, damn, the Hasidic. And I'm talking on the phone with my wife, and I go, whoa, look, Hasidic camp's got new pool. She goes, oh my God, like, are you okay over there? Now you're excited about seeing Hasidic camp. We weren't the good neighbors. So they weren't the good neighbors, put it this way. So, and then this was the downtime when I was there, the worst part then was there. And then the good part, when I spoke with my wife, she goes, I already pass customs, and I'm sitting waiting for the plane in a Russian airport. And I have a giant Stella, because that's the only size they had the clean glasses. Like that thing was like, almost like a gallon and a half, And I'm sitting there, and I've hooked up the Wi-Fi, and I'm talking to my wife, and she goes like, oh my God, your face looks so happy. I go, yeah, because I'm already in international waters. They can't turn me around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they probably could, but, I wasn't in any way showing my hate or anything for them, put it this way. So.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to keep it that way.
Yeah. No, I get it, dude.
Yeah.
So you're in New York now. How long have you been in New York? Or if you don't want to talk about the history, we don't have to.
Yeah.
But I mean, I want to talk about comedy
we moved right after 9/11.
Okay.
Because I really had a shock about this, because we were like, they blocked us in the building. And they won't let us out, and the paper's flying, and the smoke's coming. We were living in the East Village.
Okay.
at that time. So I'm like, told my wife, get out, let's get out of here. We both worked in a hospital in the city. You know, this is where actually we met. Okay, and you know, probably 9/11, and in December we already bought the house in Orange County.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a father at that point, right? Or no?
No.
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 Oh, man, I forget how old you
No, no.
Actually, that makes me feel a lot older.
I know.
Because I was
Yeah,
10
no,
when that happened, and
no,
Dan
the
wasn't
kid
even
was
born
born
then.
2000. Kid was supposed to be born in the city,
Okay.
but it was a horrible snowstorm.
Okay.
He was born in Goshen, New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there even a hospital out in Goshen?
Well, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what? They don't have the hospital there no more.
No?
No, it was a miracle that that hospital was still on. Yeah, otherwise, we would never we wouldn't be able to. You know, I would have to do it like on the table at the house.
Yeah.
You know?
Old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was the hospital's still there, but it's closed.
Okay.
So I guess they're keeping it alive just in case we need it at the hospitals.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow. Well, I love the history, dude. That's awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude, this is great. So let's talk about comedy.
Right.
When did you decide you wanted to start comedy and like get into it and
Okay, my whole life, put it this way.
Okay.
So even
was-
in school, even like after in everywhere, you know, like I was working with people. Like, okay, so my first job was doing the sheetrock with Polish people.
Okay.
Okay. And a smart relative of mine who were already like a year and a half in America when we came, he told me they will not take you to work for them unless you tell them you have experience.
Okay.
So we were doing the sheetrock. We grab it, me and the other guy who has no idea what the sheetrock is. I mean, that I saw, like you told me today what the podcast is, and the same way I saw the sheetrock for the first time ever in my life when I started working, you know, with sheetrock.
For the listeners at home, sorry to interrupt, but Mike did not know what a podcast was. He came to the studio totally willing to do whatever a podcast was. He did not. So, but it won't make the cut. But we had to explain. I had to explain, which is fun. I love that, dude. So, no idea what sheetrock is.
No idea what sheetrock is. We grab the piece of sheetrock like flat, right? We pick it up off the other pieces and it snaps in the middle.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because it's
And
very,
the guy, yeah, because you're supposed to put it on the side when you pick it up, right? And the guy goes, so you've been working with sheetrock in Russia? I go, yeah. Well, yeah. 5 years? I told him my 5-year experience. And he goes, that's why your country fucked up.
yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. So like those million things, and then I worked on mostly I did work in a city in construction in Staten Island. It was big union jobs, small union jobs, and I worked for Italians and Russians and Polacks. And I wind up working for security company, installing alarm systems. Then that kind of didn't go too good because we moved upstate and they wanted me to work in the city. So it took me almost 2 hours to get to work where I got to work. Mm-hmm. And then my wife said, why don't you just work with the, no, I'm sorry. I didn't know my wife at that time. Friend of mine's told me that you can work in the city, in the hospital. So you take the train and you wind up on 122nd Street and the hospital is 100th Street.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know, 5 blocks, 10 blocks.
Yeah.
And you're right there. And it's from Poughkeepsie, I believe it's an hour and a half.
Okay. Yeah.
What it took me to get to work. So, and then I did work there until COVID.
Okay.
And then after COVID, I just quit.
Yeah.
They kept me, I'm not receiving anything right now, but I was receiving paychecks for a long time.
Yeah. Very cool. So that whole time, you wanted to do comedy.
Yeah.
What was like your first do you remember the first stand-up comedian you saw?
So we went to many big shows, the kind, you go in the back of the room and you're 100 feet away and you see the guy on like a giant screen,
Yeah.
and he talks. Mostly we went to see a couple of the
Ventriloquist?
ventriloquist, something.
Okay.
So the things that I don't do, by the way, the things that I cannot pronounce.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I do comedy, but I don't do the others.
Easy to say.
Exactly. So many shows, many comedians, mostly in the city.
Okay.
We went many times to comedy clubs, and where it was just the people that we're not gonna remember ever, something like that. But it was always you sitting all the way in the back,
Yeah.
all the way, and you like even the last time, not to say I don't like them, but the place in Poughkeepsie, the stand-up place.
Okay, Laugh
last
Up.
time we went
Okay.
there, it was a very good comic. I'm not gonna. I have to Google his name. And he was the kind that was like on Saturday Night Live or one of those things. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He was very good. They set us all the way in the back. It's echoing. I don't understand half because it's echoing.
Uh-huh.
And plus, I don't understand anybody speaking English. Probably 25%.
Yeah.
Because they speak too fast. Oh,
That makes
they
sense.
might not pronounce the things that I'm not hearing it. So what am I getting? 25% of comedy show?
Uh-huh.
When we met, me and you met.
Yes.
We met at the Lair in Kerhansen. Yes.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
So that was
October.
Jesse and Keith's show.
Uh-huh.
And this is, the place opened, so we passed by. They have pizza. My kid's happy, right? I'm happy too, because I can have a few drinks and I can go home. I mean, it's literally like, you just pull up and you in my driveway, So I'm like, okay, and you guys going to have comedy on Sunday? The days that I can drink, not on like Thursday evening.
Yeah.
It's like 7 o'clock at night. I'm not going to drink, So... so we went there once. We went there twice. A, we can hear him. B, if I don't hear from the speaker, I can actually hear what he's saying directly into me.
Yeah.
So, and then, we've stopped, we chat, and I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool. My kid, if we driving somewhere and he starts talking, and he starts throwing the jokes, you can just drive right off the road because we were laughing hysterically.
Yeah.
It's now I understand that he's reciting SpongeBob or the other show that he was watching. But I didn't watch those shows, so it was kind of funny for me. And I always tell him, why don't you try to do something with it? So he wrote a couple of jokes and he went on stage at the Lair and of course he bombed. Of course,
it happens.
but this is normally.
Yeah.
If you're reciting SpongeBob or what is it? The other one, the I don't know what he was watching, but it is what it is, and he knows it that he's not supposed to use somebody else's jokes. But he wants to get it out.
Yes.
So
yeah.
he has to say it once, twice, 3 times until he's not going to say it no more.
Yeah.
And then he's coming up with his own material.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So, did you start to do stand-up just to do it with your son, or did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he, we again, he wrote his own material. We went first time in Tubby's.
Okay.
In
yeah.
Kingston.
Yeah.
And I wish that place like one of the best to start the stand-up, I think.
Definitely. I had I've had a couple friends do their first open mic at Tubby's, and it's great because it's a good experience of like getting on a little stage. There's a light blinding you from anything past the front row, which is great, so you don't feel like there's too many people there.
Yeah.
And I mean it's long enough to where it's a good
and it's not just comics. Like if you go to normally open mic, I would say 90% of the crowd will be comics.
Yeah.
There, it will be probably 50-50 with the crowd and the comics. Which is
that's
good.
true. That's true. Keegan's
Yeah.
mic is a lot of spectators as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is also pretty solid.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I mean, like, so how do you like it? I mean, as far as you doing it, or you really just enjoy it to be with your son?
Well, we decided to, for now, we decided to do it together. Well, he has some materials. Okay, first of all, for me, I can't pronounce a lot of things.
Okay.
And I let him do that.
Okay.
So then with like Timmy and Mike's show is whatever I cannot pronounce, he will say it. You know, or he doesn't want to get embarrassed, you know, like talking about his underwear. I'm like, dude, I have no problem talking about underwear.
Yeah.
You know, so again, we go like one. That's the problem, you know. Like with me doing side jobs right now, and him going to college, and he's also working in a hospital. So, you know. Part time, so it's kind of hard when we can do it together, you know. So it's right now again. It happened like he prepared his stuff, I prepared my stuff. We didn't do it together, but we constantly doing relatives, neighbors. I mean, people who like just invite us that heard that we're doing a show, birthday parties, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, you know, sweet 16s.
Yeah.
Sweet 16's not going too good with my jokes, but you know.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. I mean, yeah, I mean, you're definitely, just from keeping up with you on social media, I've seen you went to the Caribbean and did material down there. I mean, you've also got the boat going on, which is a very nautical lifestyle.
Caribbean, they let me do whatever they wanted me to do. We went on like a resort, and the second time we went on a cruise. But the only thing they said, like, you can't tape anything, you can't show anything from whatever you did over there. Still, pictures are fine. You know, so that's the only thing. And the boat, I love the boat.
Why do you think they had that rule in the Caribbean?
Because I don't know. Whatever they don't want you to see. I don't know.
They don't want you
I don't
to have
know. They came to me. Listen, there was a guy, you know, in a suit. He came to me, and he said, first of all, you can't come and you know, because they had a full blown comedy club.
Yeah.
On the 5th floor. Right?
Cool.
And anytime you want to come here with your party, you call this extension, okay? And we open the door for you anytime, unless there's a comedy show. Okay? Because there's a comedy show. And I said, okay, can I tape myself? No. You cannot tape yourself. You cannot take anything basically out of here, any, how do you say, any, you know, like material. Not material, like, but when you tape something and that belongs to them, they said.
Interesting. Okay. Okay, that happens.
Yeah. Same thing on the resort.
Yeah.
You know, but on the resort, what was mostly funny is I'm talking to all these guys who do, you know, one guy does magic, the other guy does he juggles like 15 balls up in the air and stuff like this, and then we talk, and they normally talk to the crowd in English, right? And at the end of the day, they go, Mike, we don't understand what you're saying. We don't speak English that well. They have 3 words that they learn just what, like, okay, everybody raise your hands, clap, you know? And then it turns out that the guy doesn't speak English at all.
Wow, that's like, that's pretty cool. Never would have guessed that. Yeah, that's so cool. No. Oh, wow. Well, good for you for speaking English that well.
Right.
Yeah.
So, a lot of stuff that I also I listen to other comics, and then something goes in my head, and then I don't remember whether somebody said it or it was not. You know what I mean? It was not mine to do.
Yeah, that's tough.
So. And then that's what normally happens when I go somewhere at the open mic, and I already have everything prepared and written, and then I get there, and I'm like, nah. I'm going to talk about motor vehicle.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. Yeah, I like to pull a lot of stuff out of like personal stories and stuff like that. So that way I don't feel like I'm running into anything that somebody else might have said, you know?
Sure.
But, you know, sometimes I pull up just like these random ideas, and I'm just like, I'm going to see how it goes, you know? Yeah. Like right now I'm trying to workshop this bit about how Father's Day has come and gone,
Yeah.
and I didn't get a knock on my door from a kid that I may have fostered from college, because now that was so long ago, the kid is old enough to have run away from home. So I'm just like, I don't want that kid to come and knock on my door. No idea if they'd actually exist, but another day gone. I'm very happy about that.
Well, my dad was always there for me.
Yeah.
Always.
Okay.
Always. Until 2020, and then this is when they changed visitation rights in the federal prisons. It went on Zoom.
Okay.
So I had to see him on Zoom instead of the person.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, he did. He did. My dad did like very little. How would I say? Like things that like it's normal for us to do, but he didn't know that would have been against the law. Put it this way.
Okay.
And no, he spent his time, and how would I say? Like he did his time, and he was happy.
Yeah.
Put it this way.
That's cool.
Yeah. When he died, he was living in Ellenville.
Ellenville. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
In a senior community right next to the hospital.
Okay.
How ironic is that?
Yeah, that happens, man.
And COVID killed him.
COVID killed him.
Yeah. COVID
Okay.
killed him.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks.
He wouldn't wear a mask. He would, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I took him vaccinated. So yeah, I don't know if he's got a booster shot, but so it's he was 76. I think it's good.
Yeah.
But a guy who did smoking for 55 years.
Yeah.
He only stopped after he had a stroke.
Okay.
And he couldn't. And again, thanks to American medical, establishment, that even after that, he was walking.
Okay.
Maybe he used the wheelchair a few times, but he was
Yeah.
still walking. So like he didn't was bound to bed.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That is pretty good. My 70, I guess, is like the average life expectancy, like 75 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah, getting past there, I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm 34, going to be 35 soon, and I'm like, I'm almost halfway there. Yeah.
Well, if you want to go statistically, right, all you have to do is just kill a couple of guys, and then the statistics go up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So if somebody dies at 23, then they go like, "Ooh, you have to live
you're
to
right.
90."
Yeah. If I just lower
90,
everybody
there you
else's
go.
life expectancy.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Another thing I want to say, like, why I wanted to do comedy, but I still have to work, is when Jesse Gambino took me and my whole family, to a place on the 2nd Avenue in New York City.
Okay.
And we went backstage, so it was a full-blown show. We paid for the tickets. We sat in the front row, and we talked to the comedians. Actually, I can hear them for a change.
Yeah.
And then the last guy who was there, I went out to the bathroom, and I never went back to more comedy to see any more comics. Al LaBelle.
Okay.
Al LaBelle did his set. I mean, it was like, I think it was 20 minutes. I mean, it felt like forever, and then he went out and he was sitting in like one of those booths, just staring at whatever he was staring at. I don't even think there was a TV there, but he was just sitting there. And I went up and we talked. We talked for like, I don't know, 2-3 minutes. And I'm like, do you need a ride? I mean, you going somewhere? He goes, yeah. I'm going to go with the other guys when they finish. We're going to share a cab. So Al LaBelle, as far as I remember, I watched his stuff before Seinfeld.
Wow.
That guy was there. There was a Johnny Carson. I think he went on Johnny. I know he went on Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
I don't know who was before Johnny Carson, but I think he was there too. So that guy was there forever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the inspiration that I got from him when we were talking, it was like just, oh my God, I just want to quit everything and just do comedy all the time.
That's awesome.
All I need is just live somewhere and somebody feed me. Because that guy felt like he does not live in the house. Felt like he lives between the comedy clubs.
Oh, yeah? You think so?
Yeah.
Like in the alleyway?
It felt like it.
Yeah.
His set was about like, I don't have the rent money. No, I spent all my money on rent So that's why I look like homeless person, because I can't afford to buy anything. Oh yeah. And that guy was a lawyer
Yeah.
before he quit being lawyer and he became a
comic.
comedian. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
And seeing him have so much success and then still look like he was
I
homeless,
know,
you're
I
just
know.
like,
This
that
was
makes
like-
me want to do comedy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But I had to quit everything, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
So now I have a bunch of relatives right now. So this summer I'm totally devoting to my house and fixing all the other relatives' house.
Yeah, a lot of
You know?
work.
Oh yeah, that's busy because it was. I try to finish my bathrooms, 2 bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we live in that house for 2 years now. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we have one toilet running,
Mm-hmm.
one shower running, but on the CO it says 3 bathrooms.
Okay. You got to make that work.
Well, what happened is once we ran out of money when we start building the house,
Yeah.
right? Then what you do is you take the HELOC against the house, and if the house is not finished, then they're not going to give it to you. So what I did is I just put the linoleum down everywhere, right? And I just set the toilets where they gotta go. Put shower curtains where they're supposed to be showers.
So you staged it.
I know. Listen, the guy who gave us the CO, he didn't even walk in it. I shouldn't even done it. Like, he did it from the window.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. So, and now finally, I was looking for the guy who do like plumbing, finish the plumbing and finish the, like bathrooms and stuff like this for a year. Mm-hmm. For a year, people say, "Oh yeah, we'll come. As soon as we finish here, we'll come." No.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
finally, like as of today, my kid has his own shower. And he just used it today for the first time.
That's
Literally
awesome.
this morning.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And the toilet. And the sink.
And the toilet. And the sink. Man.
Yeah.
Do you let him know about how you had to go outside when you were a kid? And
Oh, yeah, no, when,
he's very aware. He's like,
we-
you have a shower now. You have a toilet now. I had to shit outside.
No, when he was born, right, we lived in Sullivan County,
Mm-hmm.
okay? That house was sold right after the COVID.
Okay.
Right after COVID. So I like I said, I quit my job. So we had a rental that we had a rental in Accord. They just completely destroyed the place. So I went there and I redid everything, and we sold that house in Sullivan County. I don't know why, but my wife wanted to come closer to people, which I understand, because like it really takes an hour to go. Like, for instance, just bread shopping where we were
Yeah.
living in Sullivan County. But we didn't have the locks on the door. One day I've come into the house, it's freezing. My pipes bursted because a wind opened the door. In the wintertime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we moved to Accord. House not finished. I start regutting everything. The place that I had for septic system, I didn't know that, was a 5-gallon bucket buried
What?
in the front yard. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like you buy something, and people who live there, they never complain to me.
Wow.
Because I bought that place with them in there. You know what I mean? They were paying my mortgage, they were paying my taxes, and I was making a few dollars.
Yeah.
So I bought it from the bank. Also, that's another thing. Like the landlord who had it before, he died.
Yeah.
So kids didn't want to, deal with it. So anyway, where I'm going is, we had a camper, camper that we lived in the whole summer when I was redoing everything inside. So my kid knows how it is to go outside. My wife doesn't like it, but so my wife, like, she would go to her girlfriends, take showers, and then come back into staying in the trailer. It was not fun. Put it this way, it was 2 dogs and a cat.
Yeah. But those are great memories, though. Now that they're memories, you're not living them.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah.
We still have 2 dogs and a cat.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just different dogs and different cats.
Different dog, different cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So, comedy wise, you do a duo act with your son sometimes.
We're trying to. Yeah.
Trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah. How is that going?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. People like it. So we were going, and the last show that we did was a mother and son graduation.
Okay.
Okay. So mother came from Russia. The kid
Okay.
was born here. She never finished college. So she goes to college. He finishes high school, and they both graduating on the same day.
Wow.
Yeah. So we went there. It was she works in a correctional facility.
Okay.
So she has a million friends. You know, this is also where we get most our hookups. And there was like probably 50 people. Okay. It was hot like no tomorrow. It's one of those Sundays with the hot, with the heat over 100, right? There was no. She put the tables outside. There was no umbrellas. There was nothing to cover us. So all these people sitting there, they sweating. I mean, we had a bunch of cold drinks, but that was about it, right? So everybody was already melted out, okay? And that was like, for instance, so they called for 1 o'clock. That was already like 2:30, and people still showing up, And the major event happened is the Mike and Timmy show.
Yeah.
This is bonded everybody. We gave them the present. Okay. I don't remember where I heard that. I think in the Beacon mic about the stripper pole, the guy turned into the cane.
Okay.
Right? So we gave this kid, there was a strip club in Kingston. I think it's on Route 32. It
Okay.
was Cuties or Sweeties, something like that.
Never heard of it, but okay.
Yeah. Now it's a fish market.
That's awesome.
I love everything seafood, right?
Yeah.
Wife loves everything seafood. It's called Montauk. I used to fish on Montauk when we lived in it. So it's called Montauk Seafood or something like that. Okay, and we went there, right? And we got what we wanted to fish. And I go, you guys know about the place that used to be here? She goes, oh yeah, we're not hiding it. And I go, do you still have the stripper pole? She goes, no. Then when we did demolitions, somebody took it. And I go, that's wrong. You should have kept the stripper pole.
Yeah.
It would have been like, that's what people would talk about.
Yeah.
So on that kid graduation, we gave him 6.5 inches. My friend welded. It was a stainless steel pole, welded on a flat piece which says Misha with name on the bottom, and it was a pencil holder. Okay, so we gave him because you and I told him, listen, you gotta go to college. You know that. Like your mother went to college right now. Raising you, she didn't have the husband until like last year. You know what I mean? So she was like single
around.
mother.
Yeah.
So I go. So you have to go to college. You're not going to become one of us comedians, You have to go to college, and that's why we gave you this pencil holder, And this is what you put it on your thing, and you should remember, like, if I don't do that, then I got to become a comedian.
Yeah.
Right? And that gave everybody a nice laugh. And then Timmy comes up because I can't pronounce a bunch of stuff, and he explains the history of that thing. That was a stripper pole that they cut out, and so I said, you can now understand that that's untaxed on what is it the Trump doing right now? That still never had tariffs on it.
Yeah. That's true.
So they loved it, and everybody loved it, and we loved it, and the mother got a flower like you always do, and I put special seeds in there, so in 6 months she can start smoking it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, so little things like that. Yeah. Mom's got I said, then you can do all these pot parties here.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Next show is right after July 4th.
Okay.
I'm still trying to set up something for July 4th on my boat.
Okay.
So if you guys, we have to do something.
Yeah.
So basically, but the problem with the boat that I realized that it's only 6 people, so it's a pontoon.
Yeah.
You can't put you probably like 2 people.
I am like 2 people. Yeah, dude. I'm very
You know what I
heavy.
mean?
Yeah.
No, but no, we can do it, and we did it twice with Timmy. We just driving around, yapping the jokes away, and it came. It was fun. It was fun, and a lot of people were happy. What's going to happen on the force is in that particular area, all the boats going to get tied down one to another, and this is when people watch the fireworks. Like literally, fireworks going to be like right outside that door.
Yeah, this is like the Kingston waterfront.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's right where that bridge over the bay.
What is that, Roundout?
Right,
there?
round out.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's just where all the boats going to get tied down. And I said, that's a perfect opportunity just to drive up to those boats, tell the jokes and get laughs and, put it on video and get like million likes.
Yeah. That's so
All
cool.
right. So
Yeah. It's a good. Well, yeah, you'd have to cut the roster a little short if I'm on the boat.
no, but what we can also do is the marinas right there. So we can just pull up a
taxi
couple of
people back
people,
and
taxi
forth.
people back and forth.
Yeah, yeah.
Put the grill up, so we have the tap going, whatever you guys want.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean,
on the water, you can drink and drive. As long as the captain's sober.
Oh, okay, okay.
The party goes. It's basically like in the limo. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I work until 1 that day, or like 2. But I mean, I usually go over to there for fireworks. So
Yeah. Perfect. You're gonna be. It's basically like you're in the middle of the war. This thing starts shooting.
Yeah.
When we were the day before, they put the barge, and then the cop, one of those the boats that block the bay, and you can actually pull up right next to him.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't pass him. Go towards the barge. But that was so close. When it fires, you feel like hit in your chest, like a grenade just blew up.
They used to do it or they at least did it for 1 year. That bridge that is because they were doing construction on it 1 year. But there's the bridge that everybody takes that has like Route 28 or 32 on it. I forget what one that is.
Right.
And then the next bridge, which used to go to the ice cream stand on the other side.
Yeah.
That one they shot fireworks off of 1 year, but they did like this cool like waterfall thing off of it, and it was just like so gnarly. They just did like these little trickle down like fireworks.
We about 10 miles inland from Kingston.
Okay.
Accord, that area. So the only reason why I'm so familiar with Kingston and I started the mics in Kingston and everything like this, because the dude that used to work for me, the helper, his name was El Marindo.
El Marindo?
El Marido, yeah.
El Marido.
Well, now he moved to the city. He was from Guatemala.
Okay.
So he helped me build the whole thing or redid the whole thing. He knew what he was doing because I obviously, maybe know something, maybe not. So, but he was in construction before he hooked up with me. And there was one problem with him. He doesn't have a car. So every day I would have to go pick him up, or my son has to go pick him up, take him to the place of work. Then we would, when we're done, I would just shower and me and my wife would go out to Kingston.
Okay.
And this is how we found open mic. And this is how we found this. We found that.
Very cool.
And this is why I used to have a boat in Sullivan County on reservoirs. Now we moved the boat to the Kingston.
Yeah.
Enjoying it. So also I take the boat out regularly to Long Island Sound. Just this way I can fish those things that when fish actually pulls you off the boat, well, tries to
Do
pull
you
you.
boat all the way down there on the pontoon,
No.
or you haul it?
I haul it.
Okay.
That's a beauty of it.
I was like, man, that's got to take
that's
forever.
another thing. Like the next party, we do him on the 5th. There's going to be on the 5th right after the July 4th. I believe it's a birthday party. And we're doing it off the boat.
Okay, that's
So we're
cool.
going to trail the boat there because I have all the setup there. He's going to do the tricks and, Houdini hat.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. So,
It sounds like you're having a lot of fun with it.
well, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not, I'm not professional at it in any way, but I am having fun.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Does your son have any dreams with comedy, or he's in college right now and he just wants to pursue that?
He's very lightly autistic.
Okay.
So he has no effort, like he has no, how would I say, idea what's going to happen tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, so he's functioning normally. He's doing everything normally, and but if you tell him like So what are we doing next week? He goes, oh, I have to check my schedule.
Uh-huh.
So if it's not in his phone, okay, he has no clue what's going on.
Okay.
So as far as I ask him, do you want to do it seriously? You don't want to do it seriously? He always says, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So he would sit down, write for like 15, 20 minutes, right? Then he would watch TV for like 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Just to catch up what else
Yeah.
he can write over there.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
So, I don't know. It's again, I'm not pushing him. I said, you want to come? He wants to come. The reason why I like him to come all the time, I realize that I can have more than one drink.
That's true. You're like, all right, not too bad.
Yeah. I always call him this my designated driver, and that's why I'm here talking to you about drinking.
Yeah. How old is he now?
22.
22. That's cool.
And again, see, I'm not good at it with the numbers, so I just go to always ask my wife. My wife is so good with numbers. Like she would tell you, like, no, we got the cat 2 years, 2 months, and 4 days.
Yeah.
I go, and I'm like, how do you remember that? She goes, well, it was snowing. We got a cat when it was snowing. So
Is she Russian?
Ukrainian.
Ukrainian. Okay.
Yeah.
So does she speak Russian?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
it's like
yeah.
basically like if you're from Georgia, you can speak English.
Yeah.
You might have a little accent, but
Yeah,
no.
yeah. That's cool.
Russia was Soviet Union. Like if you get anybody that was our age,
Yeah.
right? It was a Soviet Union, so Russian was a mandatory language.
Yeah.
So like even like Polish people would at my age would have to study Russian in school. It was
Okay.
mandatory.
Yeah. So what about English? When did you pick up English?
Just in America.
Just in
I
America?
had when I
you're
left
18?
Right. When I left Russia, I was I took English in school, but I had like a C minus, so it was like C plus.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So when I get to America, for instance, I like to hear Sinead O'Connor. Nothing compares.
Okay.
But I would not. I thought this the pears. So she's thinking about pears or something like that. So something like that.
Yeah.
So that was my English when I came to America. Basically, I didn't speak English in California.
Okay.
Because I grew up in where I was growing up in my high school. There was about 12 boys and about 4 girls from Cuba.
Really?
So it was very cool for me to have a few words with them in Spanish.
Yeah.
So when I came to California, I went to the DMV and they gave me an application for driver's license in Spanish. Because I will probably walk to the counter and I'm,
Yeah.
and she gives me it's in Spanish and I fill it up in Spanish, right? So when the guy came for the driving test, he's like, hola, I don't speak Spanish too good. And I go, oh, it's okay, English okay. He goes, where are you from? I go, Russia. He goes, I'm from Russia too. He goes, why you wrote it in Spanish? I go, I didn't know you'd have to write it in English.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So,
Dude, that is that's great.
So yeah, I learned it on the job site, and I was specifically I was working with the Italians at the time, and I was specifically told them, I go, listen, I'll go, I'll buy you whatever sandwich, what, but you have to, if I don't understand, I will ask you it again, and you have to tell it to me slowly.
Okay.
And this is where I learned this. How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing? Yeah.
Okay. And this is when, I was, like we were sitting, it was a union job, so they don't let us in the building when the other guys were there. We were working after 5.
Okay.
Right? So at night, we get in there and we do the job, and that Frank, he takes out that sandwich. It smells so good.
Yeah.
And I go, Frank, what is it? He goes, that's tuna. My wife made it, but she does it specially. She takes tuna. And I'm like, what's tuna? He goes, you buy them in a can. It just says tuna on it, okay? And then you put eggs, you put the mayonnaise, stuff like that. And you put it on the roll and stuff like that. I'm like, shit, I'm having that tomorrow, right? So I go to Met Food, right? And there's a giant stack of cans, right? and I'll buy. It's 3 for $1, right? And it says tuna on it.
Yeah.
It says made with real tuna, so I'll buy it. I'll buy the bread and all the other ingredients, right? Yeah, and I'll make the sandwich, right? And I do it until the second can. And the second can, I just throw it in the bag because I didn't have the time to make it at home, right? I bring it to the job site. And I'm making a sandwich, and Frank goes, Mike, you fucked up. I go, why? He goes, that's fucking cat food. I go, no, you told me made with tuna. It's made with real tuna. Yeah. I had cat food for lunch for 3 days.
Dude, that's so funny.
It doesn't taste so bad.
No.
I'm not gonna do it now,
I used
but
to
at
have
that time I'm
coworkers
like, I didn't even have any problems with my stomach.
I used to have coworkers that ate that all the time, actually. All right, dude, we got to wrap up because they're going to close at the shop here. But it's been great having you. I thank you so much for coming on, dude.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, dude. This has been very fun, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm going to read the exit here. Likable is filmed and recorded Radio Free Rhinecliff. Thank you to Jen Hammoud and Matthew Rosenberg, our producers, and thank you to the Epicurean, which hosts us for each episode. Come in, stop and shop, and maybe you'll catch us on the air. Likable is a comedy-based podcast. We're experts in absolutely nothing and should not be taken seriously. Consider this your daily dose of questionable wisdom and guaranteed hilarity. Proceed with caution and a healthy dose of skepticism. Mike Ivanov, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, cue the music.
Yeah, you got jokes, yeah, you're insightful.